My name is Dimitri, and I know you are familiar with that name. I'm going to preempt the question. My family's... All right.
12:30, я прошу прощения.
All right.
Пол-первого.
So, can you show me your hands? Has anybody been in a Vanderbilt mansion before? Nobody. Has everybody been in Grand Central Terminal in New York City?
Yeah.
Okay. So you've been in the heart of what was the Vanderbilt Empire. They made their fortune with railroads, with transportation. When the Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt died in 1877, he had $105 million. Any guess how much that would be worth for us today?
Billions.
Billions. One estimate puts him at $215 billion. But he'd be like Warren Buffett and Bill Gates added together. He had $1 in every $20 circulating. 1/20th the financial might of our country in one person's hands. The Vanderbilts at their height were the wealthiest Americans, the kings and queens of New York City society, and they're probably most well known for their trades. It's the grandchildren of the Commodore Cornelius Vanderbilt who started spending all of that railroad money and building buildings like this. The largest home in the history of our country is built by one of these grandchildren. The youngest of 8 kids, George, like a lot of baby brothers, may have had something to prove. He outdoes all of his older siblings and every single American that has followed. His home in Asheville, North Carolina, has 43 toilets, 255 rooms. Inside the house, 175,000 square feet. The property, when it was the biggest, was over 125,000 acres of land. It was said when George Vanderbilt wanted to ride around the property on horseback, it would take him 8 days to ride on horseback around the outside of his land. So it's like he owned his own county down in Asheville, North Carolina. That's the largest. This is one of the smaller Vanderbilt homes. This is modest. It's just one of 43 mansions this generation created. 4 brothers, 4 sisters, they built more than 40 of these. So it's safe to say they spent a lot of their money. This house belonged to 2 people, Frederick and Louise Vanderbilt. Their husband and wife, they never have any children, and they're middle-aged when they buy this land. $125,000 spent on an existing property that came with a beautiful pink mansion. It used to sit right here. They hired McKim, Mead & White, some of the best architects available, to do renovations and spend time with her friends. She died on a shopping trip in Paris, France in 1926. And then Frederick Vanderbilt becomes a recluse. He outlived his wife by 12 years, and he dies here at home in his own bed during a nap in June of 1938. 2 years later, 1940, this is one of our nation's earliest national historic sites. This is number 5 in U.S. history. We are going to head inside and talk about this more, but before I can unlock the doors, I have to give you rules. Rules are part of my job, so please bear with me. While we're inside the house, you can take whatever photos and video you like. Please make sure your selfie stick is closed and your flash is turned off. No flash. We cannot touch the furniture. These are original furniture pieces. Some of these objects are 400 and 500 years old. I say we can't touch because I can't touch these things either. Please don't touch the beautiful wood. Please don't touch the wonderful plaster. There are chairs, 1 chair on each floor if you need to take a load off, if you need to relax. It will be very obvious. The Vanderbilts did not have metal folding chairs in their home. If you need to exit early, if you want to go back to the visitor center, there are no restrooms available in this house for the public. The toilets have no water in them. So the only bathrooms are back at the visitor center, and if you need to exit early, you can do that from the first floor and later on from the basement where I would have been, the servants' realm. But for about 5 minutes, you'll be stuck with me on the second floor until we walk back downstairs as a group. Okay? Photos, welcome, no flash. Please silence your cell phones. As long as you don't disturb other people, I won't be
Бавьте звуки на
upset.
телефонах.
Please silence them. And while we're inside the house, no eating, no opening food. You can only drink water. Only water. Okay? Any questions? All right, you're easy on me. Okay, let's go inside.